When our next guest returned from his tour in Iraq, he suffered, like many of our brave men and women, from post-traumatic stress disorder. But he found a sense of peace from man's best friend. Now he's started an organization called Pets to Vets, which matches veterans suffering from PTSD with shelter animals. And joining us now is Dave Sharp, founder of Pets to Vets, and Sergeant John Soso. He served 2 tours in Iraq and is a recent recipient of a dog named Shagster. And Dave, your dog's name is Cheyenne. Thanks for coming up and joining us today.
Thank you. Thank you to you, Dana, and Fox and friends. We appreciate you just having us on.
So tell me a little bit about how you got to where you are today.
Well, I endured several instances overseas when serving in combat, and came back and had a lot of outbursts, and didn't do so well with adapting to civilian life. And then I came in contact with Cheyenne here and brought her home. And she totally changed my world. It was like love at first sight. Yeah. It was so powerful.
And was it the same for you when you met your dog?
Yeah, it's when you meet the dog, it was always a great thing to have. And you just look at him and like, oh, look little old Benji. So
but his name is Shagster, which is kind of an interesting name.
Yeah. So it just, when you have the dog, you're like, wow. You bring him home the first day. Yeah.
So it really calms you down and gives you a sense of peace and purpose?
Absolutely. One thing that happened, my friends, I would always go out in bars and, hang out, and I couldn't even interact with anybody. People would walk by me, and I was, just out of control. And they said, listen, we can't go out with you anymore. We can't deal with you, Dave. And so, then I got Cheyenne, and instantly.
Oh, she's gonna.
Oh, yeah, she's lazy. She likes to do the Superman there.
She's a good girl.
Yeah, she really just saved my life, Dana. She's a savior. One outburst I had, I was punching the walls, and all of a sudden I just froze, and I see this out of the corner of my eye. I see this little puppy dog, and her head slightly turned, looking at me like, "What are you doing?"
Yeah.
And I looked back at her and picked her up, took her in my arms, took her back to my bed, and just told her everything. And I cried, and I cried, and I cried. And she just sat there and licked the tears off my face, and I felt completely at ease. No judgment at all. Yeah. None.
And so you decided, this is not your full-time job, but you decided to start an organization called Pets to Vets. It's just getting underway. How many matches have you made between sufferers of PTSD and sheltered dogs?
We have P2V matches, which is our adoption facilitation program, and we made 8 of those so far since we launched in October of 2009. Then we also have another program. It's called P2V Connection, and that's for the soldiers who are at Walter Reed, for example, Bethesda Medical, the DC VA Hospital, because we want to reach out to them. And we found out that they just want to get out of the area. They don't want to be there in the hospital. They do that every day of their lives. So it's an opportunity for them to go and help with their rehabilitation, because that's what they deserve. We all volunteer for this country. They deserve it.
I totally agree. John, how many people do you think could actually, how many soldiers do you think could use this type of therapy?
A lot of us, because in fact that we have time and places that we need to have a dog or somebody to help us out. And a lot of times you want to talk to nobody about it, right? Because people judge you.
Right.
So
I'm so pleased that you guys came up today. And if they want to help, you can go to petstovets.org.
That's correct.
Get some more information and see if you can make a match in your area. And there's certainly veterans all over the country that need help.
Absolutely.
Thanks so much for coming in today.
Thank you, Dana. Thank you.
Straight ahead, a couple on vacation in Aruba says this underwater video shows the remains of Natalie Holloway. Really? Geraldo will have the details of that next as well. But first, on this day in 1990, Janet Jackson had the #1 hit, Escapade. And I'm embarrassed to say, I totally remember that.